Most leaders focus their performance improvement efforts on the poor performers and the mediocre performers that are in their department. And that's a huge mistake if you're looking to make improvements in the overall productivity of your team. You're ignoring a whole subset of individuals that you might be able to get improvements from. Now, the idea is simple enough behind that. The poor performers and the mediocre performers, in theory, should have as much high side as you can get out of your department. But if you take a balanced approach and you look for opportunities, you might find that there's huge improvements in individual productivity that can take place all over. Some of your poor performers may just be disengaged with the whole process, and there's not much you can do to turn them around. It might be the same for the mediocre performers. So focusing exclusively there doesn't necessarily give you those opportunities, but if you look at everybody, you can possibly find some of those. The two places to look that you're probably overlooking right now, the first one is the quiet employees. Those ones that kind of fly under the radar, do their own thing. Those are the employees that probably have ideas you haven't heard of yet because they're not interested in voicing their opinions. They might be shy, what have you. They're also, if you can engage them and get them working with the rest of their team, it's almost like adding another individual to your department from a productivity standpoint. You can foster that sort of teamwork with them. And so what you want to do is you want to start the engagement process with the quiet employees first. You go ahead and ask them what ideas they have, pull them into the office if they're more comfortable, talk to them at their desk if they're more comfortable, but you start making a concerted effort to engage them a little bit more and see what it is that they have to bring to the table. The second thing that you can do with quiet employees is actually start giving them some team activities. Partner them up with somebody to work on a particular project, and then kind of rotate that around over the course of a month, 2 months, 3 months, what have you. They can establish more deep relationships with their coworkers because of that past history, and then they're more apt to engage with them and be a part of team activities and bring up the overall productivity of the department. The second group of people that you're likely overlooking are your fantastic performers. Now, why would you look at the fantastic performers? They're already operating at peak efficiency, at peak productivity, but who's to say what the ceiling of that productivity really is? Maybe they're only at 85% of what they're possibly capable of. Maybe there's innovations that they could put into place that could raise that bar even higher, that you have 100% now, but it really could be 120% if you engaged them. So don't forget about your good employees. Talk to them. What they want is they want recognition. They want people to recognize that they are doing a great job, that there is a difference between poor performance and great performance. And that can really just be you calling it out, that you're one of the best performers as far as conversion is concerned, or overall sales, or upselling, or whatever your measures are. Go ahead and call that out to them. The second thing they want is challenge. So if you're setting the bar for performance metrics at a certain level and they're easily crossing it, well, you know what? They don't have much benefit or encouragement to go from 92% to 98% if 90% is the threshold of excellence. So look to your measures, challenge them, make it an individual improvement basis, and kind of challenge them to find those improvements in themselves so that they can constantly be moving forward. That's a great way to do it. Career path is another way to engage your great performers. What do they want to do? What skills do they want to learn? The other thing that I've always had really good success with, and I always recommend to people, is to actually put your good performers together. Oftentimes you'll put a poor performer with a great performer in an effort to, give that poor performer a little bit of a boost up. But you'd be surprised at the idea sharing that can go along in great performers. They might all be reaching excellent levels of productivity, but they might be getting there in completely different ways. And when they can share that knowledge, then that bar gets raised even higher. So create a little bit of a mastermind group. But almost every leader neglects those quiet and fantastic ones, but don't do it, because you can find some great productivity enhancements for your team in all of your people. Look for those opportunities. Thanks.